Moving forward, that just really just disappointed me. And she's probably black, and that's what I'm talking about. Like it's hard to say, oh, black people, black people, black people. Some of us need to be traded off. And because I'm just different, I'm a public figure that don't mind talking my shit. All these people get mad and they get together and then they think they're doing something. V-Nuts, you got a new member. I recommend you check with her. So anyway, moving forward. Chicago's National Guard. I'm thrown off. They're moving. Wait, hold on. Let me get my mind back together. Go Bears. Go Chicago Bears. Go Chicago Bears. Um, Go Chicago Bears. Border Patrol. That's what it was. So the Border Patrol is moving in force in the city of Chicago, just like the President of the United States said that he would have them to do. Again, that video was absolutely gut wrenching. But you think about all of the things that kind of sort of lead up to the moment. I never have seen communities rally around a person that is a citizen who committed a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, don't beat me up too bad. Let me express myself. I've never seen anybody rally around the family of a person that is being arrested for committing a crime. I've never seen a person or a community say, oh my God, they're arresting the father of a family, a breadwinner of a family because he sold drugs or he fled and eluded or because he was, whatever the crime is. You feel me? And so the very basis of why I struggle with this is because undocumented presence is illegal lawfully. We all know this. And again, you have to have resources in order to sustain the new residents. There are people who are from other countries who've gone through processes, who have gained citizenship, who obtained visas, who have come. And I'm not fully understanding, but I do remember when I took a trip to the Dominican Republic and I was asking people consistently, have you ever visited America? And they said that they could not be able to visit America because they didn't own something like a car or a house. They had to have assets that they would be vested in coming back to get. So there's a lot of things around international relations that even I'm still learning, that I'm sure you're still learning. But here in America, I'm simply saying, why aren't we going through the process, or why aren't we addressing the layers of the process? I have no problem with anybody coming into America as long as we know that they are safe and that we have the resources to not just be good partners or good hosts, but to also have a good life ourselves as residents. So many people who don't have health care. So to find resources to provide health care for undocumented people, I believe is a strain on our economy. So long story short, I continue to express these things. 188 people on this stream. I want to learn, and I want my perspective to be met with different perspectives so that I can have a holistic view and understanding. Because the difference between me and most people is that if I believe in something, I'll fight for it. I'll sacrifice for it. I'll show up for it. So I've not shown up for the undocumented because I don't believe. And that can change, but it's going to take mature discourse and interaction. Um, with that being said, what I did was I wrote a status. And as a matter of fact, before I go any further, let me read a few comments. Since Chicago's broke, Brandon should slap a tariff on anything they purchase or rent here. Might as well get money from DHS and ICE while they are here. Illegals can get full dental and health care. Meanwhile, U.S. citizens have issues. I have a problem with that, says Rachel. Indigenous and 69 still talking about the football. We've kind of gone past that particular conversation, but go Bears. And I don't see any other comments to read out of 188 people, so I will go forward. So I seen something. As you all know, we are focusing our advocacy on Harvey, Illinois. I'm focusing my efforts of advocacy right now on Harvey, Illinois. We're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and a lot of it really, really quiet because it's about getting the job done more than it's about being seen or anything of that nature. But we know that people need to know the full story. So at an appropriate time, you will learn about the many things that I'm doing as an advocate for the city of Harvey. And this is something that is actually quite amazing to me because I've never really done what I'm doing before. And it is very interesting, right? Because when I'm fighting something, everybody talks about it. But when you're building, it's kind of sort of like in the minds of many, it's not happening. And that is a very interesting dynamic for a person that have always been visible for my advocacy. However, I find this to be extremely rewarding because this is where I've always wanted to be. I want to be more with the positive and the building and the bridging of the gaps than I want to be with having to, fight and do all of this craziness. I'm gonna be honest. I'm enjoying the ride in Harvey for the most part. So let's talk about this from a perspective of a report, not to be dealing with foolishness on the internet because I'm really, like I've been saying, I'm really not there for the most part. Give me one second. And I'm saying for the most part because y'all do know me now. I ain't got a problem with being with the shits. Okay, but I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Can I get out of 100 and now 75 people, 76 people to be honest? You be with the shits. If people fucking with you, if you'll be with it. Come on now, let's be honest. Am I the only one, or am I on here with a bunch of perfect people who just is making the world a better place and living your good religious life? I mean, I just want to know. 177 people on here. I can't be the only one that's real and honest enough to say, hey, look, man, Jedediah, I understand. Because if I need to be, I'm with the shit too. I'm with the shit. But that's not the summation. It's not the summation of who I am as a person. But it's definitely a part of it. And I've kind of learned to be proud of it because I do a lot of good stuff, but I'm with the shit. If I need to be. So, and I have been challenged in ways I'd never been challenged before. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Somebody said I'm perfect. Okay, so let's talk about it. Here comes this guy. His name is Francisco Cortez. Francisco Cortez is obviously, it's 183 people on here, a resident of the city of Harvey. And so he's been making these consistent posts in all of the Harvey pages, which I'm a part of, but I would encourage every single one of you all to go join Harvey Politics. Get in Harvey Politics. It is definitely going to be a place where there's going to be a lot of information that is given, especially as it relates to around our advocacy. When I get to 200 people, we're going to switch for a second because I want to do some things. Okay. So Francisco Cortez says, I mean, he's been saying things about, the mayor of Harvey has not said anything about the immigrant situation and ICE and DHS being in the city. And so he said that, it's proof that the mayor of Harvey doesn't have the back of the Latino community. 191 people on here. Thank you for being here. Francisco is saying it's proof that they don't have that the mayor of Harvard doesn't have the back of the people of the Latino X community of Harvey. Let me say this to the people who are in Harvey again. I am not running for office. I am not trying to become the advocate of Harvey. I am a advocate that is now in Harvey, and I have a investigative journalistic channel, and I have a organization that I'm building that we are interested in serving the humanity and our national agenda. We are focused on Harvey. And I've been trying to come up with a name for what we're trying to do, but I'm saying Harvey World Heal. Harvey World Heal. I do have roots in Harvey, and I do have family members that are there to this day. I went to Thornton High School 2005, and I am not trying to move there. I did want to put my headquarters for my organization there. We have backtracked. We have backed off of that. We're rethinking it. Um, but as a person, I'm not interested in trying to get influence in the city, clout from the city, rich off the city. None of these narratives will ever hold true. And I think that my work that I've done all of this time kind of sort of proves that. I could have done that a lot of places and a lot of times. Um, and the reason why I'm saying this to the residents of Harvey is because, and I'm not on anybody's payroll. I am my own boss, and I am also fortunately to be the employer of some people. So I employ people. I'm an advocate, and so I care about Harvey, not just recovering. So, what do I get out of this? If there had to be anything, I think that I fulfill the purpose and the call of God on my life. And then on top of that, maybe bragging rights, but I'm not really, yeah, bragging rights. I want to at least be able to say in my life that I did something to leave this world better whenever God causes me to transition. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen in Harvey, listen to what I'm saying. There is nothing that I'm really looking to get or gain out of serving this city and saying that I hope that it gets better, except for I want to see it get better. That is the true core of everything that I'm doing. And so Francisco Cortez says, I wrote a status. I've seen the statuses, and I said, I've seen you make several posts about the city response or lack thereof concerning ICE. What would you like to see done? I don't know this guy. I've never met this guy. I simply asked a question. I wanted to get an understanding. Mr. Cortez responded, and I appreciated it. He says, where is the public statement from our mayor addressing the community and expressing solidarity? Where is the statement ensuring us that while the city of Harvey cannot interfere with ICE operations, they are also not assisting them in their operations? Why have no resources been shared with the most affected in our community? ICE has been posted up at our schools and churches. Has the city of Harvey made sure that its residents are aware of their rights? People are afraid to leave their homes, to get groceries, to drop off their kids at school. Community members have been helping each other on the individual level, but what is the administration doing to help and support the community? I know for a fact that advocacy is something that is birthed through something that affects you. And long-standing advocacy is a call. It is not a choice. So I'm not going to fault Mr. Francisco Cortez, but I've never seen his name before. And since I've been in Harvey, my question becomes, who is the we? And where is all of this communal energy? Again, it may literally have just been birthed. But there was a young black girl that was shot in Harvey. I didn't remember seeing Francisco Cortez make a statement at a vigil, which I wasn't there. So I've scanned the crowd as best I could with the amount. I'm so sorry, y'all. maybe I got to come up with a different way to handle this, but I need somebody to do me a quick favor and verify that this is a person that just joined for the coach. Before I got to come up with a better way of doing it because I was finna go in and go off, but I am. Hold on one second, because I need to know if that's somebody that just joined for the coach. That's what I need to know. Not for the coach. Okay, they joined INA. I got excited for a second, y'all. Don't do me like that. Thank you so much for being a resource for investigate and advocate. That still means the world to us. Uh, that really means the world to us. But I thought you joined for the coaches, so I'm going to. I'm gonna wait. Wait. We got to find out something for that. But air horn. Okay, so this was Mr. Cortez's statement. He said ICE has been posted up where people are afraid to leave their home. Again, I was saying I've never seen this person's name before. I don't know him. I've never met him. I must say that up front. Um, Thank you so much for doing that, D-Bot Bell. That means a lot to me. I promise you it does. Um, I don't know this guy. And I'm not going to know everybody in Harvey, right? So I'm trying to make sure I'm thorough in expressing what I'm trying to say here. I don't know if he's been in a village meeting, a community meeting. I don't know anything about it. So I asked the question because obviously because undocumented immigration affects him for him to be saying this. So my response to that statement was simply, do you want so I was supposed to say so. So you want a statement and a commitment not to assist. Does that properly sum up, this paragraph? Francisco, I don't even know. Okay, wait, he did. Jedediah, a statement and commitment is the least that can be done. Where is the community outreach? And obviously, he ends up with a conversation between Berwin and Banks, which that stuff is not. And so and it looks like a very spirited conversation amongst what I'm going to assume to be Harvey residents, because I didn't see this until recently, which I've not even read all of these statements. I'll read them in a minute. But ladies and gentlemen, simple conversation. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. I don't know anything about this guy. He's talking about something that I have a certain amount of feelings about. And I'm trying to learn because I'm not affected by the undocumented situation. Is that not fair? If you think that that's fair, uh, you know, let me know. There is no, I didn't see them, I didn't see Francisco dealing with the library situation in Harvey, the Park District situation in Harvey, and then there's another thing. I'm like, wait a minute now. I was telling you guys about a man taking advantage of the undocumented in his care. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. But lo and behold, um, this is what I'm sent. This is what I'm sent. Who is it, ladies and gentlemen? None other than this thing. This thing. FYI, Jedediah Brown works for Mayor Clark to terrorize anyone who speaks up. Harvey Politics is a page where Jed and therefore Clark moderate all the content and can freely delete opposing views and spread their lies. Brewin Thompson doesn't live in Harvey and only started speaking up on Facebook recently to defend Clark after Clark announced the opening of the dispensary on Halsted. Berwin works in the pot biz. You can always post or share on my pages. Harvey Historical Society, Chicago Southland Politics, Innuendos, Poor Harvey, Harvey School District 152 community page. So this guy, first of all, did you see any terrorizing in the statement that I made to Francisco? You saw me try to engage. What is it that you're asking for? I have the ability to speak to the mayor of Harvey because I have introduced myself and I've become friendly and favorable. So if you're trying to genuinely speak about the mayor, and as somebody who, not as a Harvey advocate, but a advocate who was advocating in Harvey, then it would be in the best interest for us to have this dialogue because maybe I can bridge the gap if there is one. And then I seen this guy ask for where's the community outreach. I would have loved to have been able to say that because I have established communication lines with the city of Harvey, maybe I can help get some of these things understood. I don't know. But here it is, as you see, I'm trying to do work, and here come this roach, this albino roach, come out of nowhere, this pest, this thing, this counterproductive, funky, dumb ass roach come out of nowhere. He works for Clark. There are several assertions in that statement that is completely untrue. And this is what I'm talking about. So now if I respond, then I become the terror. I become the terror. So I have not responded. I'm doing it right now. And I'm doing it because I want to make sure that I am consistently documenting what's honestly happening. Because my goal in trying to speak to Francisco was to get an understanding of not only the plight of the undocumented in Harvey, but to also be able to see if I can help them get to a resolve since he is, in fact, a resident of the city. They don't want me to be seen for who I really am because it's going to mess up their ploy. But I'm trying to be clear here. I'm going to do what I said that I was going to do, and I'm going to help Harvey recover. It is my intent to help Harvey literally reduce their deficit of their budget by $1 million. And I'm so happy to say that with my face forward because I've already began to have very vital and amazing and encouraging conversations with people that I've developed relationships with over the years to make that happen. And what I'm very fortunate about, so that if anybody see this broadcast in Harvey, we have already done a number of things that have contributed positively, that have made a positive impact on your city. Some of it is known on a surface level, and some of it is not known, but it is going to become known over the next few months. But I am not going to fight this city to help this city. I'm not interested in that. I've never been interested in that in no place that I've gone. And I only have a track record of results. Now, how I get to the results is the place of debate. But let's just be clear here. Listening to fools will always have you missing the actual message. I always get the job done. There's not been one time when I have not gotten the job done. Well, somebody would say, well, Kanika Jenkins, my job was to raise awareness. While I was boots on the ground, that fight went from a news article, like I always say, to almost 1,300 people and people protesting, traveling in from around the country and keeping her fight and her case alive every single day until people like that roach was able to try to create a spin narrative. Now I've matured. They don't have that ability anymore. And I want to be very clear about that. So to Francisco, this is what I'm going to say to you. I don't feel the brunt of illegal immigration. And if you're going to say we, then I guess that means that then we don't even have to be on the same side of political opinion. Because I want to be clear here. I am a supporter of Christopher Clark. I've done an investigation about him, and majority of the things that was told to me were either not genuine or they were flat out lies. I've consistently since then asked for proof of corruption and all of the things alleged, to which none of it I've been able to get. I wonder why. I'm not trying to determine the city's future. But this isn't my first rodeo. Albert Abney ran for mayor of the city of Harvey. I was there. He didn't win that race, and many people are glad for it, as I said. And guess what? I do not, under any circumstance, support Colby Chapman to be mayor of the city of Harvey. She is not the only person that has said that she wants to be the mayor or intends to run for mayor of the city of Harvey. As of right now, I have talked to 3 people who have expressed their intent to run for the mayor of the city of Harvey. The reason why Colby Chapman specifically out of those 3 have my attention is because the likes of Ryan, Melissa, and the visitors and other people are associated with her. Then when asking her about their behavior, if she agreed with it, she in a very nasty, vindictive, volatile, anti-productive, and retaliatory way made it clear to me that she was with that shit. And she puts up this, let's collaborate. I want to work for the best interest of the people front. But I've seen the horns and the tail to know she devil is real. She is not who she has presented herself to be. And now for those who would then seek to look for something to litigate, I am not saying alleged, but I'm telling you that I have done my investigation. It has been thorough. And I did not redirect my resources because of a specific reason. I wanted them to be quiet, I wanted them to be efficient, and I wanted them to be focused because I wanted them to find exactly what they got. And I am waiting for the right moment, because when I do my report on Colby Chapman, because one thing you cannot do is you can't fake who you are, not very long. And if you are that person, there are traces to it. And when I talk about the fact, and I'll stand on it, I'll stand on it. It was my investigative squad that got down to the bottom of one of her supporters lying about their health. And we wasn't even able to access information that would violate HIPAA. We got it, we confirmed it, and we stood on it. And that's why she mad as hell. And I'll see her in court tomorrow, and I'm gonna beat that shit. And I'm not going to get on the plane to fly to Chicago to go to court with that lady. I'm gonna stay my black ass in the city that I'm at, doing the job that I'm doing. I'm gonna get on that computer screen and I'm gonna watch her lose every time. And because of that, I have a proven track record. Thank you so much, Kevin, for the $2 super chat. Go Bears. And so because of that, every time, so because of that, I can say these things and not be distracted. Colby should never, with the current heartbeat, become the mayor of a city like Harvey. She is actually what they're claiming Clark to be, in my opinion. And I'm not I am unapologetic about it. And I fully support this man. And I'm not, and so if you want to, but in that, if I'm still willing to hear and help, then only a fool. Because if you're not genuinely looking to get to a resolve, then you're simply playing politics with your pain. And that'll end up being your problem because he's the person in the seat. I don't work for Mayor Clark. I was not brought to Harvey by Mayor Clark. I can say that every day with my face forward. He is not paying me. There have been rumors about sexual bullshit. Me and him have no romantic interest whatsoever. He is not giving me any favors, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Y'all mad as fuck because I'm one of the most prominent, vocal, advocate, visible, and fearless advocates of the region. And I just found out your bullshit, and I'm putting my resources behind him. And I'm so proud to stand by a black man that you guys almost made me see wrong, because now I see who he is, and I'm going to make sure that he does not go without the same type of support system that I believe everybody who's doing right deserves. And beyond that, I know for a fact that there are a lot of people who are salty as hell because y'all all was standing for the supervisor, and now look at how Thornton Township feels. Maybe it wasn't bad that Mr. Christopher Clark was a candidate for supervisor of Thornton Township after all. I was laughing with a lawmaker in Illinois that say, Jedediah, do you think it's honest or real that Christopher Clark got a deer camera outside of Napoleon's alleged address? I said, if that's the case, it's funny as fuck. But maybe it'll make him have to stand there a couple nights with no utilities. So anyway, this is so wrong. Like, why do these people, this is how weak they are. And this is the same person asking for a Cook County court to give him a restraining order. You're not afraid of somebody who you keep on running up against, who you keep running up behind, who you keep on putting your mouth on, showing up. My name is in this man's mouth. Well, not more than that. Not more than that. But my name is in that man's mouth so much that he can't possibly need a restraining order. And these are the types of people who are complainers about how government is affecting them. But you will willingly, in bad faith, knowing that you, as you say, are not afraid, you will go and ask the court to protect you from me when you literally are then trying to pursue me, leaving me without any protection. You will lose at the starting line. You ain't getting to the end of this race because it's already done by your own actions. I was like, what? And I'm going to say this for the record again. Y'all would be a fool to let an alleged predator of children and minors be the one who will navigate and hold and preserve the history of a city. He is so demonic in his literal life, everyday life. I've watched this man without a conscience, without conviction, or without consideration to the facts. I've watched this man literally, intentionally lie. And that I would never, ever be able to be comfortable with. This is the kind of man who will lie to the detriment of a person's existence without conviction. And the great thing about it, as I said before, and I'll say it again, they see him. They don't like him either. They use him, and they have no interest in him. And I don't give rumor. And when I don't say allege, it's because I've been told something, I know something, I've seen something. They don't like that man like that. But I'm the one with enough courage, and I don't use people because that's wrong and an injustice too. I got enough in me to say that they all sick of her. And they wish that she would move the fuck on. And they told her many, many, many times before not to do this, stop doing that. But they continue to do it because his intent is not to build. He is not a builder. He is not an advocate. He is not a journalist. He is an antagonist. He is a man who is trying to force his will, which is literally just making gay the conversation of every day. He wants to make gay the overarching topic of everything while he assert his privilege and try to act like he's concerned to force what he wants to be his agenda over an entire suburb. And now that I've understood and got the history, this is a man who only went against Clark the way that he's going because Clark didn't give him the key to running the real estate of the city. And that ain't no rumor. And this literally is why he's the way that he is. And I want to say this just in case for some God forbidden reason, with all the candidates that are going to be running for mayor, they picked Colby Chapman. He is going to trade on her when she does not do what he wants her to do, because that hoe don't have loyalty. He doesn't even have a conscience. But what they fucked up at is when I decided I was not running for Congress. Because there's different rules as an advocate. And I promise you, When the time is right, y'all gonna know what I know. Promise you that. That's why they trying to stop me. That's why they trying to keep me out. That's why they putting all these types of court documents on me. That's why they trying to build up as much support as they can before I get there, because they know. They know. Ladies and gentlemen, side point. I hope that hold on one second. How do I prove that I know what I be talking about? I just told y'all when I revisited the Andrew Holmes conversation that there was another article coming out in the Chicago Tribune. I don't think I said where it was coming out, but I do remember I said that there's another article coming out about Andrew Holmes. Damn. Okay. I just said it. That's how y'all should know that I don't just be saying something. I know what I'm talking about. When I don't say alleged, I know what I'm talking about. Prominent activist turned politician faces new scrutiny as lawsuit alleges sexual assault of teenage girls. I'm beelining from Harvey for a second because, oh, look at the shampoo bottles. Get your ass off the screen. Nobody asked for no herbal essence. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I do not want to be offensive, but I do want to be honest. When I tell you that women